Hey, what's up? Got a bald stream. Life's been good. Work is okay. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it's not that bad. But it's money, right? Don't mind the room. We had a long week. We got a lot of running around to do today, and then tomorrow we can just sort of chill. I just wanted to get a video out. I'm not uploading as much, but I had a dream last night that I drank, and like all dreams, it just didn't make sense, but it like crushed my soul. Like I remember being mid-dream, just like it crushed me. And there's two things that really remind me of how important sobriety is, and it's when I'm really sick, which I made videos on, makes me feel like I'm hungover, and when I dream of drinking, like I get that fake feeling of what it would actually be like if I drank again. And in my dream, I was like severely depressed, and like even when I was drinking in the dream, all I could think about was like, oh my god, how am I gonna tell my family, my girlfriend, everyone online? I don't want to be one of those people that forms their channel around like a relapse or drinking and then getting sober again, and that I don't want to do that. And I have so much time. Like I just couldn't fathom going back to day one. But in my dream, I remember like thinking, well, I just got to commit to day one again, and like crush my soul, because even drinking after 3 or 4 months was soul crushing. So like going on 2 years. I mean, what, I hit a year and 7 months here in 2 days. Yeah, a year and 7 months. So I'm going for that 2 years, and that dream, like it just seems so real. It was just like I was right in the midst of drinking. It was like beer, and like beer, I have no taste for that. I had my stint with it years ago, but it's like, why am I doing this? And like always, once you're already a few in, it's like, oh well, whatever. My sober time's over. Might as well go, balls to the wall. But it was just, it's not a fun experience. I only have a few of these dreams a year, but when they occur, I try to utilize them as like a lesson, like as a stark reminder, right? Because they're scary. It feels so real. And it also reminds me how much sobriety means to me. And I have another video to make. A coworker brought up alcohol slushies, and it triggered me a little bit. Just a little bit. Then it went away and I was good. But for like a 10-minute period, I was like, man, I could go for a freaking slushie. They used to be my thing. I would get those, and then whatever 8% case, 12-pack or whatever. And it just triggered me. Like, it just hits your brain, and that's alcoholism for you. But you have to really hone in and realize it, and keep control of it. Now I don't really care. Like it came and went and passed. All cravings do. And it gets easier in time, but I don't know why thinking of alcohol slushies really, it's brought me back a bit. But yeah. The dream was just that. I was just drinking beer with some people. I didn't even know why, and it just seemed so real, and I just couldn't fathom having to start over. That's all it was. And when I woke up, it's like such a relief when you wake up, like, oh man, I didn't do it. Because so many times I've drank and woke up in the morning and just was so like in that cloud, right, and that hangover, and you just wish it was a dream, right? I can't tell you how many times I've woken up and I'm just like, oh my God, please let it be a dream. Did I really do that last night? And it ends up being real, and then you feel like crap and you're laying around all day. And when it is a dream, that's the best feeling when you wake up. Because I mean, hundreds of times I've woken up after a night of binge drinking on like a weekend, and just wished it was a dream, right? Always regretful. And it'll never change. If I were to drink tonight, I know I would regret it so badly in the morning. And it's never even worth it. I've had a lot of good times drinking. But there's like a 50-50 chance the night's even lame. I've had nights where like people are busy or like you go out and it's just not, it's not worth the time, right? But yeah, I just wanted to share that experience. Who knows if I'll upload more or not. I mean, with work right now, it's been a little busy. I have a Counter-Strike obsession. Heavily involved with the skin market in that game. That's like my obsession right now. Hopefully it dies down in the next couple of months. It takes up a lot of my time. I've been trading and building my loadout. And yeah, just ridiculous. It's that addictive personality. If it's not one thing, it's the other. My other kick is my my MIDI setup with FL Studio. I got my 49 key here, my 81 key behind me. And I have a bunch of MIDI equipment over here. I have a mixer, drum pad. I want to get a sequencer. And I have a mini MIDI here. And I want to get like an 81 key, 80 plus key MIDI down the line. But I'm not that great at piano, so I can't really justify that. But that's my other obsession. I want to buy a couple more MIDI controllers and work with FL Studio and Ableton Live. Maybe Reason again, if any of you have made music. I was big into it when I was younger, fell out of it, and I'm absolutely terrible at piano. I used to memorize and play by ear a little bit, but it's gone. Like, I'm absolutely terrible. I'm more of a guitar player now, but I really want to start forcing myself to put time into it. And I'm really slacking with it, man. Like, I'm just so lazy. But I got it all out. Got my program set up. And, like, once it's in my mind and in my sight, I'll use it more, you know? A lot more editing I want to do with gaming. But it's neither here nor there. Like, that's my obsession and Counter-Strike. Like I've talked about before, addictive personality traits, that it doesn't go away. You just have to moderate it and make sure you don't go outside of your means. Like I've said before, my deficits now, my anger, which that's gotten under control quite a bit. It's still not perfect. But impulse spending, still trying to fill some void for a temporary dopamine rush, and just like random obsession kicks, like, you know, it was my collection, and then now it's music, and it's not one thing, it's the other, but I'd rather this than be on like hard drugs or drinking, you know? So it's not a bad thing, it's just, it's that void filling seeking, right? Everyone does it, whether they're aware of it or not, and you gotta get it, you gotta be aware of it and have it under control. I mean, I'm good, my finances are great. Have I spent a lot of money? Of course, on things that some people would think are stupid. Some people would think it's brilliant. I mean, you can make money, lose money. Crypto looks good, which is nice. But yeah, now I'm rambling. But yeah, MIDI, music, Counter-Strike is like my obsession. Besides the gym, work, and I need to fill more time for my girlfriend because sometimes I just get lost in my own little world. But that's really it. I have a few ideas for sobriety content, and I want to transfer a lot of this into like short form, into like shorts and TikTok. I haven't done that. And maybe transfer some of my music creation into longer form instead of shorts. I'm not an expert at all at guitar or piano, but it's a hobby I absolutely love, and I need to get back into it. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. I sort of went off on a ramble, but I'm gonna make a video on the slushies, that trigger, just to get it out there. And yeah, just those dreams can be very scary. Utilize them as as a lesson, like a reminder. Because man, they're terrible. That was a horrendous dream. And I just felt so lost. Like even having a sip of alcohol would crush my soul. But yeah, that's about it. Much love.